Henry, thank you for
Hi.
joining me, man. Tell me, I'm gonna just come right out of the gate, man. Why don't you give us the name of your new company and your new job title?
Sure. My name is Henry, of course. She said, the company I'm working for is Minerva Networks Incorporated, and I'm a system administrator engineer.
Awesome. Now, tell me about your level of IT experience prior to coming to Yellowtail.
Well, I dabble in computers a little bit, but I never really gotten a lot of certificate like a lot of guess a lot of people out there has. So I think I was actually trying to get a certificate from CompTIA A
Mhm.
plus certification. That never happened. So Red Hat was actually able to help, not Red Hat, I'm sorry, Yellowtail was able to help me get a Red Hat certification.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about the experience. I know, to go through our program, it's a commitment. You've
Hmm.
got to make the commitment. You've got a family, you've got other responsibilities and everything. How did you work through all of that?
I think, for me, I think, I can work through, anyone can work through anything. I always think about like, single mothers, raising two kids and able to actually work and go to school.
Yeah.
My wife is not that, of course, she has a husband. But I think the thing is that I believe that anyone can actually, if they have a will, they have a way.
Yeah.
And for me, yeah, it's a commitment, like you commit to anything. I'm a very big avid gamer back then, and I was committed to playing video games to a point where I don't even eat dinner, you know? And so I just channeled that to doing Yellowtail, and it paid
Yeah.
off tremendously.
And I guess you could find ways to gamify your studies too, so you can kind of reward yourself along the way and everything. Um, so you felt like when you started that new job, did you feel like you had the tools in your tool belt? I know we were talking, there's still a lot to grasp and a lot to learn and everything, but tell me about making that transition from student to into the real workplace.
Right. And definitely, Yellowtail has trained me to do a lot of the things. It's the foundation. Yellowtail actually just gave me the foundation of what to expect, what to see, what the real world's going to be like, in the IT industry. And so for me, the transition to a new job, of course, there's always nervousness.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie. First day of job, like, man, you're like kind of grappling, just like you're in the swimming pool, like, oh, you got to hold on to something.
Yeah, right.
If it's your first time swimming. But I think it transitioned me very well. I was able to implement what I've learned in Yellowtail and all the feature that it offers, and I was able to implement that and transition to my new job very, very quickly. And to my surprise, my boss continues says, "Man, good job! Like, you're doing good work."
Nice.
That's only a month in. He's telling me I'm doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep chugging those tickets away, and there's communication. Like, I really good with communication to my clients and all that stuff. So yeah, those are the things that I think Yellowtail has actually helped me. Of course, there's technical portion also.
Sure. Sure.
That
That's cool.
foundation helped.
I'm glad that you bring that up, man, because, as you and I have talked about this before, your technical ability is really maybe half of what's getting you that job. And the other half is your communication, your resourcefulness, your resolve. I know I was going to ask you a little bit about the apprenticeship where you didn't really have manuals and there were things that you needed to do that you had never done before. And it was kind of like, all right, Henry, go figure this out,
Yep.
So
Let me, and I would love to elaborate on that, because that is
yeah.
the transferable skills, right? Technology changes every 6 months, and everyone well, maybe even every 3 months now. There's so many different companies or technology that's coming out, and what Yellowtail and what the internship really helped me to anchor down a job is really the resourcefulness, like you said, Rob, is the eagerness to learn, the tenacity that you have, the zeal that you have to have in this environment, just like any other job, and luckily this is my passion. And I can tell you, there's some days, just like in the internship, that you want to pull your hair out. Luckily I have no hair.
Come on now, that wasn't a direct result at all.
No, it's not. But I mean, the thing is that like, it's the same thing right now. There's things I'm just going to research, resource, and implement, and even suggest. I have the opportunity to suggest new technologies to my company. I think that's really awesome, and I'm really grateful for Yellowtail to actually be able to help me in I think unlocking that ability, unlocking that that inner part of me that I know, that made me believe that I can do this.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I had yesterday I was recording a podcast, and a tech advocate that lives up in New York was saying that to be good in the climate of technology and everything, you have to have a black belt in Google Foo. That was how he worded it.
Exactly.
I thought, that's like, because you're spending a lot of your time searching for things and looking around. Tell me a little bit about the interview process. I know you went on a few interviews and everything, and do you feel like Yellowtail helped prepare you for what you were going to get hit with in those interviews? Did you have a good idea of what was coming?
Right. I that's the part though, Rob. Like, Yellowtail never gave up on me. I think I had a little bit of hard time on job search, because either if is my language barrier or something like that. I know I don't sound like it, but there's some etiquettes sometimes that interviewers want, but Yellowtail, it was able to actually flesh it out the first time, brush up my knowledge, and then came back and helped me again, just to brush up on me. I think that's the thing about what I love about this program, is that it's not like, hey, you got your certification, okay, you finished your internship,
see you later.
Throw me to the wolves. Exactly, throw me to the wolves. No, they'll give me some chance to actually see what the real world is. Absolutely, Rob. I mean, that's what everyone actually needs anyways. But then being able to come back and says, hey, Henry, like, how are you doing? Like, I remember you always say, hey, Rob, Rob, always like, hey guys, how are you guys doing? How's the interviews going? I think you guys never gave up on me. And I'm successful at this point. My family's success is because a part of it is because of Yellowtail. Hard working ethic, the love for the students.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that, because I feel the same way too. The team that we work with here, it's good to know that we're all on the same wavelength. You're not going to hear anybody here say, well, that's above my pay grade, or that's not my job. It's like, everybody's willing to pitch in, and it always feels good. So one last question for you, Henry, because I know you got to get back to work, man. So but what advice would you offer both the student thinking about coming into the world of tech and making a career in the technical world, and those students that are already working their way towards getting their Red Hat certification?
I think my advice is really never give up on yourself, because you are able to do this. A lot of times it is very daunting, changing a different career, changing a different lifestyle, in a sense, a work style. But it's well worth it at the end. I think, yeah, don't give up on yourself. Ask for help. But first, try. I think that's the biggest thing. Push yourself, try it, and then if all else fails, you have friends at Yellowtail to back you up, and that's my advice.
Yeah. Well, man, congratulations once again. This is the first of what I'm sure are going to be many steps up the ladder for you in technology. And we're going to continue to check in on you and continue to bring you back and talk to current students and everything. So don't go too far.
I won't. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Henry.